Hey everybody, it's your Pratt Pack back after a day on the road doing some work, and we'll get you caught up on some other things in just a little bit. But again, it's been another tough day because I just learned moments ago that a man who was larger than life when I was a young man and I first met him, who remained that way even through my adult life, and I was honored to be his neighbor for a few years, has passed away. Robert Smith, many know him as R.D. Smith. You know, he was a guy who had the entrepreneurial spirit, and now that legacy with his son, his plumbing business will go on for a very long time to come. But he was the man who put the sweat equity into it to raise his beautiful children and to take care of his incredible family. And there is a great connection to his family and the Diagardi family with me, your Pratt Pack, as most of you know, that goes back for generations. You know, it's amazing to me as I get older, those childhood heroes and how they became even larger, as I mentioned, later in life. Why? Because I saw exactly what this man was about, and I didn't need to be his neighbor to see it, because I knew it years before. He actually, at different times, actually promotes some of the things that he did in his business with me on the radio because of Rochester football. Yeah, he was a guy that had a great reputation. He was really good at what he did, and he was doing that with me because of our friendship, and I never forgot about it back in the 90s. And little did I know that I would once again get to know him in a very unique way by being his neighbor. His family and I go way back, as does his beautiful wife and their family, the Diagardis. And to his children, I kind of grew up with them in that neighborhood, so there's a special connection there. But I know this, everyone loved this guy, even my dog, Sammy. Really, every time he saw Mr. Smith, he just went running. And I could still hear him, that voice in the night going, "Sammy, Sammy." And he would embrace my dog, and I never forgot his warmth, his kindness. And the bottom line, he's just a good man who understood about what being good was all about. Paying it forward, going to work every day, doing your job, and more importantly, being home with your family. Look, I never knew the guy to have a hobby other than to work around his house and work on the job and spend time with his family. And know this, he loved his wife, and he loved his children and grandchildren, and he loved that neighborhood that was Valley View, where he has spent the last couple of years with his wife. You know, it's amazing to me when I think about a guy who was just so consistent. You know, I could rewrite a few chapters in my life for sure, but that man, from the start to the beginning to the end, it was all good in that neighborhood, especially for the people who knew and loved R.D. Smith. My thoughts and prayers go out to each and every one of you, and know this, we may be now separated by a few miles, but my heart will be with you over the next couple of days, because your father, your husband, your neighbor was like family to me. It's your Pratt Pack. Back with more in just a little bit. Good night, everybody.